Hello, everyone. I'm pleased to welcome you all to the Safe Routes Academy. My name is Bill Revere, and I am the State Safe Routes to School Coordinator from the New Jersey Department of Transportation's Bureau of Safety, Bicycle, and Pedestrian Programs. The Safe Routes Academy features hands-on interactive sessions to help participants make their communities more walk and bike friendly for all users. I would like to thank the New Jersey Bike and Walk Coalition for their partnership in helping us to bring this and the other Safe Routes Academy sessions to you. Before we get started, I have a couple of housekeeping details. First, this session is being recorded, and after the summit, the recordings of this and all other Academy sessions will be made available on the New Jersey Bike and Walk Coalition and the New Jersey Safe Routes websites. Second, in order to move today's session along, we would like everyone to use the chat function for questions. This is the first of our 4 sessions for the Safe Routes Academy, titled No Money, No Problem. Meet your Safe Routes Coordinator. In this session, you will learn about our 8 transportation management associations throughout the state that provide free technical assistance to help your school and community become safer for people walking and bicycling. We will begin with Sean Meehan and Trish Sanchez from the Safe Routes Resource Center at Rutgers University. Sean and Trish will provide an overview of the New Jersey Safe Routes program and the collaboration between NJDOT, the Safe Routes Resource Center at Rutgers, and our regional Safe Routes coordinators from our 8 TMAs. Then we have dedicated the second half of the session to breakout rooms for each of our 8 TMAs, which cover all 21 counties and 565 municipalities throughout the state. In these breakouts, you will learn more about how our TMA coordinators can support your community through the programs and resources they offer to keep families walking and bicycling. The TMAs cover specific service areas by municipality, so we will help you find which TMA serves your community. I hope you join us for our Academy sessions this week, and you can still sign up on the Bike and Walk Coalition's registration page. I will now turn it over to Sean and Trish.
Thank you, Bill. And thank you everybody for coming to our session today. Just give me 1 second and I will share my screen. Okay. Hi everybody, I'm Sean Meehan and I'm joined today by Trish Sanchez. We're from the New Jersey Safe Routes Resource Center at Rutgers University, which is funded by the New Jersey Department of Transportation. As Bill mentioned, please use the chat function for any questions, and we will get to your questions as we go along if we can, and if not, we'll address them later. Before we get started telling you more about us, we want to learn a little bit more about you and find out who's attending this session today. In the Zoom poll that will pop up, please let us know which category best describes you in relation to your interest in the Safe Routes program. Just give everybody a minute to reply. All right, that's pretty close. So it looks like a lot of the people are bicycle and pedestrian advocates, and that's great. I love to hear that. One of the best things about Safe Routes is it appeals to so many different groups of people. So, you know, we expect to hear from all of these types of people. And I love bike pet advocates, so I'm glad you're here. Thanks. The overall goal of the New Jersey Safe Routes program has always been where it's safe to get more children walking and bicycling, and where it's not safe to walk and bike to make it safe. There's been a growing national movement to recognize social determinants of health by understanding how economic, environmental, and social forces contribute substantially to our health, well-being, and life expectancy, as much as individual behavior, genetics, and access to healthcare. Balanced transportation systems that offer a mixture of services are critical to healthy communities. Children need safe routes to school, but they also need active transportation networks that provide a variety of destinations and mobility options, enhance safety, encourage independence, and increase opportunities for physical activity that lead to better mental and physical health. With this understanding in mind, the meaning of safe is being expanded to address the creation of healthier and more equitable communities for all. Active transportation improvements for children are beneficial for everyone, including vulnerable populations such as seniors, people with disabilities, low-income communities, and communities of color. These thoughts are reflected in the updated New Jersey Safe Routes program vision. Safe Routes for All provide safe and equitable access to active transportation for people of all ages and abilities from all backgrounds and neighborhoods in New Jersey. The program mission has also been updated to reflect our expanded vision. The New Jersey Safe Routes mission is to partner with schools and communities to prioritize and implement opportunities for people to walk, bike, or travel by other wheeled devices. By focusing on improvements to support active travel by youth, we believe we can create conditions that are safe, healthy, and better for everyone. As the program begins a new decade, it's necessary to consider where we've been, where we are now, and where we want and plan to go. Historically, the Safe Routes to School program has operated under a paradigm that seeks to advance change through the 5 E's in Safe Routes programming, which stand for engineering, education, enforcement, encouragement, and evaluation, with additional E's like equity, ethics, empathy, and others added in more recent years. While the program's intention has been and will continue to be where it's safe, get kids walking and bicycling, where it's not safe to make it safe, as the program matures, our definitions of safe are being expanded. While the New Jersey Safe Routes program will continue to value and incorporate the 5 E's, we're embracing a new framework focused on achieving what we have termed safe programming. This safe programming represents sustainable, accessible, fair, and engaging routes to lifelong health. In the context of the SAFE framework, sustainable means that safe routes planning must be well-designed and supported by all affected constituencies, including but not limited to schools, parents, youth, municipalities, local law enforcement, and elected officials. Accessible means that safe routes programming must be developed to be inclusive of youth of all abilities, races, ethnicities, gender identities, religions, and economic backgrounds. Fair means that safe routes programming and planning should account for any unique needs of all potential users, whether those needs are based on neighborhood, economics, race, differing abilities, or gender identity. Finally, engaging means building relationships and sustaining and nurturing community partnerships in ways that promote authentic and meaningful connections. While the focus of the Safe Routes to School program has historically been about making it safer and easier for children to walk and bike to school, just walking and bicycling to school is not enough. Children and youth need to be able to interact with their communities safely. By expanding our focus to incorporate all aspects of youth active travel, we will serve as a resource to ensure that students get the help they need to navigate their communities effectively and safely. One of the unique aspects of the statewide Safe Routes program is how it's structured. Federal funding for the statewide program comes through the New Jersey Department of Transportation, who is responsible for the work programs of both the Safe Routes Resource Center and the TMA coordinators, as well as infrastructure grant funding. The local regional coordinators, who you'll soon be meeting, are housed at the state's 8 transportation management associations. The New Jersey Safe Routes Resource Center is housed at the Allen M. Voorhees Transportation Center at the Blaustein School of Planning and Public Policy at Rutgers University. These three pillars of the statewide program work together to advance walkability and bikeability in communities throughout New Jersey. Safe Routes to School is a federal aid program under the Federal Highway Administration. Each state administers its own program. In New Jersey, funding for the program comes through the New Jersey Department of Transportation's Bureau of Safety, Bicycle, and Pedestrian Programs. And the Bureau is responsible for the work programs of both the New Jersey Safe Routes Resource Center and the Safe Routes coordinators of the TMAs. In partnership with the state's metropolitan planning organizations, NJDOT offers Safe Routes to School grant funding for infrastructure projects, usually every 2 years. NJDOT offers other funding programs such as municipal aid that can also be used to make safe routes improvements. For more information about funding opportunities, visit NJDOT's Local Aid Resource Center website. At the end of May, NJDOT announced that the grant solicitation period for the 2022 Safe Routes to School Infrastructure Grant Program is open, with applications being accepted from May 25th through October 14th, 2021. Over the next 4 months, the Safe Routes Resource Center will conduct webinar trainings on how to apply for these federal funds. Staff from the NJDOT Local Aid Office will be available to answer your grant application questions at these webinars. I highly recommend that municipalities that want to apply for funding attend. You can register through the saferoutesnj.org website. The New Jersey Safe Routes Resource Center is funded by NJDOT to provide training and education, technical assistance, and research. We're also responsible for oversight of the Safe Routes to School non-infrastructure program, which includes monitoring and evaluation, providing tools and training for the TMA coordinators, and ensuring that the program is implemented consistently throughout the state. The statewide Crossing Guard Training and Resources Program is also run out of the New Jersey Safe Routes Resource Center. We coordinate a school crossing guard training program for crossing guard supervisors to help them hire, train, and supervise the crossing guards in their community. Resources offered include a detailed crossing guard manual, informative videos, tip sheets, sample job description and medical forms, and the post-observation report to help document conditions at crossing guard posts. The program continues to expand, offering new research, new videos, and training opportunities each year. Safe Routes regional coordinators at the state's 8 transportation management associations are funded by NJDOT to be the local point people for safe routes within their regions. They offer free advice and assistance in getting safe routes programs off the ground in schools and communities. Wherever you live in New Jersey, you're served by a TMA offering a variety of programs and resources to help make your community more walkable and bikeable. Regional coordinators offer direct technical assistance to communities, including information and support for local meetings, assistance with coordination and conducting walkability and bikeability assessments to identify and prioritize issues, assistance with school travel plans that document concerns and propose improvements to the walking and biking environment, assistance with school arrival and departure tallies to help determine how children currently travel to and from school. It's often not exactly the way the school administrators think it is. And assistance with other priorities and projects, such as updating supportive school walking and bicycling policies. Regional coordinators also offer assistance with a variety of educational events, including a diverse range of age-appropriate, informative, and interactive in-person bicycle and pedestrian safety lessons appropriate for a variety of settings, including both in-classroom lessons and after-school programs. Large-scale interactive educational assembly events targeted to specific grade levels, innovative and engaging online lessons for use both in virtual classrooms as well as at home, and a variety of other community-focused programming, often including sustainability, health, or environmental protection. Regional coordinators also offer assistance with interactive educational events designed to be both fun and informative, including organized walk and bike to school day events, often with a theme to help make them extra fun and unique. Walking school bus programs that encourage parents and students to organize walking to school together along a designated route. Bike rodeos or bike clinics that help students improve their bicycling skills and learn new lessons in closed courses, and other innovative and constantly changing events and activities tailored to the individual needs of each school or community. I'm now going to turn it over to Trish, who's going to tell us a little bit more about the New Jersey Safe Routes Recognition Program.
Thank you, Sean, and welcome again to everyone. I'm Trish Sanchez from the New Jersey Safe Routes to School Resource Center, and I'm going to talk about the New Jersey Safe Routes Recognition Program. The program launched in 2013 and has increased in popularity each year. The recognition program supports and rewards schools and municipalities that are committed to walking and bicycling to and from school and around their communities. There are 4 tiered levels: gold, silver, bronze, and first step. As Sean mentioned, the TMAs coordinators can help you with applications and also attain recognition. There are many benefits to the Safe Routes Recognition Program and why so many municipalities and schools apply each year. Walking and bicycling leads to healthier, happier students, families, and community members. And there's lots of research that we've conducted and that's out there to support this. Recipients can gain recognition both locally and statewide for their efforts. Each of the TMAs prior to the pandemic have hosted awards ceremonies, breakfasts, and luncheons where recipients are presented in person with the certificates. But as a result of the pandemic, online award ceremonies have been conducted, and recipients can also post recognition on their website or through social media. The press also picks up winners of the program and posts news articles online. And of course, we work with NJDOT to promote the winners statewide. The Safe Routes Recognition Program and Sustainable Jersey Certification Program have a wonderful partnership where schools and municipalities that are enrolled in both programs can earn points for both. For example, if a municipality is silver level New Jersey Safe Routes Recognition Program winner, that municipality can earn 10 points for Sustainable Jersey for the Safe Routes to School action. You can check out our website at saferoutesnj.org to find more examples of how the programs can work together. And finally, schools and municipalities can get extra consideration for recognition at gold, silver, and bronze levels when submitting applications for Safe Routes to School infrastructure grants, which Sean just mentioned. We will talk more about the funding on Friday, which is a plug to my session about grant funding, which will include the Safe Routes to School grant infrastructure and how recognition can make your application stronger. The Safe Routes Recognition Program has separate requirements and criteria for municipalities and for schools, similar to Sustainable Jersey and Sustainable Jersey for School certification programs. All of the requirements for each of the gold, silver, bronze, and first step levels are detailed on our website at saferoutesnj.org, so I won't go over the details here. And of course, your regional coordinator is very familiar with the program and can assist you with your application. Online applications are due each year on January 31st. Certification is based on the previous year's efforts. So walk and bike at school events that occurred 2 years ago cannot be applied towards certification, but efforts that occurred during the calendar year are valid. And certification is good for 3 years, which is consistent with Sustainable Jersey certification. NJDOT recently announced the winners of the 2021 New Jersey Safe Routes Recognition Program, which awarded 96 schools and 75 municipalities for their walking and bicycling efforts for 2020 during the pandemic, which is an amazing accomplishment given the challenges of remote learning and social distancing. 2021 winners include 43 gold level, 29 silver, 22 bronze, and 77 first step winners. A listing of all winners are available on our website at saferoutesnj.org, and your TMA coordinator will be awarding winners throughout the year. Congratulations to all of this year's winners. Now that you've heard about some of the ways that your TMA can help you, we're going to do another poll. So we want to know what you are most interested in working with your TMA, and please let us know by selecting the poll. Sorry, I'll pull it up. So what are you most interested in working with your TMA? Events or activities, educational programs like safety lessons or school assemblies, walk and bike ability assessments, school travel plans, Safe Routes Recognition Program, or an other policy or planning assistance. So give it a few more minutes and see which one you're most interested in learning about. Okay, a few minutes. Few more seconds. Looks like walkability and bikeability assessments are up there with a tie for events. and an other planning activity. If you want to put in the chat what other planning activity you're interested in, that would be great. All right, I'm going to end that poll. So now that you've heard about some of the ways the TMAs can help you, we're going to now meet your coordinator. So in a minute, we'll be splitting up into breakout groups according to TMA regions. Select the TMA that serves the town in which you live or work. You can see the TMA service areas on this map, starting in the northwest. If you live or work in Morris, Sussex, or Warren counties, or the suburban areas of Essex, Passaic, and Union counties, Trans Options is your TMA. If you live or work in Bergen or Monmouth counties, or urban areas of Passaic, Essex, and Union counties, Easy Ride will be your TMA. If you live or work in Hudson County, Hudson TMA is your TMA. If you live or work in Hunterdon County, Go Hunterdon is your TMA. If you live or work in Somerset, RideWise is your TMA. If you live or work in Middlesex County, Keep Middlesex Moving is your TMA. If you live or work in Mercer or Ocean County, Greater Mercer is your TMA. And if you live or work in Atlantic, Burlington, Camden, Cape May, Cumberland, Gloucester, or Salem counties of the South Jersey, Cross County Connection is your Transportation Management Association. So before we move into the 8 different breakout sessions for each of the TMAs, does anyone have any questions for me, Sean, or Bill about this New Jersey Safe Routes program? And you can put your questions in chat. I'm interested. Hopewell Valley. So Hopewell Valley is covered by, what county is Hopewell Valley? Greater Mercer. Yes, so go into the Greater Mercer breakout session. Does anybody else have any other questions for me or Sean? Okay. Then what we will do is we will break out into your TMA. And if you aren't sure who your TMA is, you can hang out and we'll make sure you get into the right breakout room.
If you're not sure who your TMA is, feel free to ask us in chat and we'll let you know.
And you'll see on the right-hand side for those counties that have split municipalities, you can see which TMA services your municipality.
All right, it looks like everybody is back. So I'm glad that you all had the chance to meet your TMA Safe Routes coordinator. If you forget and need to find them again, or if you want to tell a friend or colleague how to find their coordinator and find their service area and contact information, each TMA is listed on our website, saferoutesnj.org. While you're there, you might also want to check out some of the many resources we offer to help your program continue to grow. I also wanted to mention that registration links are up on our website for the Safe Routes School Infrastructure Grant webinars that I spoke about earlier. So if you're interested in attending one of those webinars, you can find the registration links live on our website, saferoutesnj.org. So I want to thank you for attending. And I also want to say thank you to NJDOT for sponsoring this session. When this session ends, you're going to be prompted to take a short feedback survey. We appreciate you taking the time to fill out the survey and look forward to your responses. Before we go, though, I want to offer another quick opportunity for anybody to ask any questions they might have. All right, well, I'm not seeing any questions. So once again, thank you all for coming. I hope you had a good time meeting your coordinators, and I hope it's the start of a great relationship. Thank you, everyone.